So a lot of people my age are thinking about where they want to move after college. And it seems like there's still uncertainty, but the trends I'm seeing are people thinking that New York City is sort of the golden option if their career can afford it. But San Francisco draws a lot of people in tech pretty naturally for career reasons, though unfortunately they'll end up in South Bay instead of in the city proper. And for students' social life out of college, that's also a big drawback. So people are normally juggling pros and cons a bunch, and it's kind of unclear. Where should people be living for whatever their goals might be out of college?
So in my experience, kind of coming out of a school on the East Coast, there were kind of 4 general destinations for people. Kind of finance finance consultant folks tended to end up in New York. Government folks tends to end up in DC. Tech folks tended to end up in the Bay Area, and kind of entertainment and art folks and music television folks ended up in LA. And what's interesting is that, a lot of people kind of have a contrarian view on this kind of clustering. And they say, hey, actually, there's a lot of, this done in this city and a lot of that done in that city. And one city isn't really the hub for these industries. With that, I disagree. I think you can choose not to live in the hub of the industry you're interested in, but I think kind of ignoring that the hubs exist don't really do you any service. And I think that one of the things that people don't really quite understand, and I see this a lot when people think about San Francisco, is that, they see the competitive part of the hub. Oh, there's this competition for talent, it's hard to hire, or all the best people are there and I have to compete with them. They see all the downsides, but they don't see all of the really positive aspects of there being a place where all the best people in the country or the world are driven. And, I've seen that in the Bay Area a lot where, almost all the best people in tech are either here or come here at some point in their careers or raise money here or get advice here or hire here. They have some connection to this place. And building a connection to the Bay Area can be ridiculously helpful. And so it's weird because when I talk to a lot of people, they always kind of say, but it's so expensive, but it's so hard to hire. They always look at the downsides. They never look at the upsides. And they never ask themselves the question, all of the traits, being expensive, being hard to hire, have existed for decades. Yet we still have all of these successful companies being created here, being funded here, hiring here. There has to be something going on here that can overcome the expense and can overcome the competition. And so, when I'm thinking about how to look at this as a college graduate, I would say, based on the industry you're most excited about, go to the place where the most talented people in the industry are, and be willing to sacrifice a little bit of your comfort, your distance from family, your day-to-day lifestyle. Be willing to sacrifice a little bit of that to be around the best people, because the best people will make you extremely fulfilled. Also, as a side note, I think it's rare for young people to fully enjoy a city anyways.
In what kind of way?
I just think cities are expensive, and a lot of the opportunities to really enjoy a city are not available to people when they're just graduating college. So I think of everyone wants to be in New York. And I remember all my friends being in New York out of school. And needless to say, when I go to New York now, it's very different than what their experience was. And so, yeah, it's certainly so much is going on in New York. So it's so exciting of a place. But I think sometimes people think that the best time to absorb enjoyment in life and entertainment and fun and friends is in their early 20s. And I've noticed actually there are so many opportunities to enjoy life, to enjoy a city, to extract fun out of a place that happen when you have a little bit more stability in your life, when you have a little bit more money. than when you're a poor college kid.